Hey, it's me, and welcome to another episode of Cooking with Jack. In today's episode, we're going to cook a chicken and mushroom pie. You'll need some vegetable oil, 1 onion, 1 garlic clove, 125 grams or 4 ounces of mushrooms, 1 tablespoon of plain flour, some chicken stock, some cooked chicken, 500 grams or 1 pound, parsley, salt and pepper, puff pastry. I've got herb. I nearly dropped the egg off the edge. You'll need 1 egg as well. First of all, you need to prepare your vegetables. Start off with the onion. That needs to be chopped. So, chop off the top and chop off the bottom. That looks lovely. I've been meaning to make this recipe for a couple of weeks, so some of the ingredients are a bit past their best, but they're still good. It'll all be fried, killing any bacteria that's in there. Then you want to chop your onion. It doesn't say how to chop, it just says chopped. So I'm going to do it in strips. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go for diced. And have it go all over the place. Next up we have the garlic clove crushed. So again, chop off the top and the bottom and peel down to the main layer. And then, I'm not going to crush it because, as we found out last week, I can't crush garlic very well. Can't really cook very well. We can't just put cubes of garlic in there. That'll be alright. Stick that in the pile with the onions. And then we have the mushrooms. You want to slice them. Now, these mushrooms have been sitting in the fridge for about a month, so they're not looking too great. So, first of all, I'm going to take out the stalk, which I'm not going to eat out of these ones, and then I'm going to peel them, revealing the good skin underneath. Well, not that it's really that any better, but it's not slimy, that's the main thing. Once that is all peeled, you want to slice it. It doesn't say how to slice it, whether to do thin slices or what, so I'm just going to slice them and put the mushrooms in whole, like that. Which are quite big slices, but oh well, because I'm using big mushrooms. I suppose it does depend on the mushrooms you use, really. You could use small cup mushrooms, and they would be a lot smaller, but I'm using flat. So, put that with the other mushrooms that I've prepared. Next up, you need to do the half pint of chicken. Yep, it is half pint, or 300 millilitres of chicken stock. So I'll go and get that ready. So you want to get half a pint of boiling water. Get your stock cube. I don't actually know how many stock cubes you're supposed to use per, like, whatever it is. I thought it was 1 stock cube per 100 millilitres, but maybe it's 1 stock cube per pint. And this is half a pint. Mix that round. We also need to chop the chicken into cubes, which I'll show you in just a moment. I'll finish doing that in a moment. So you want to get your chicken, chop it into sizable thicknesses. Sizable thicknesses, yep, that makes absolute sense, Shaq. And then depending on the chicken you got, you may need to remove bones and stuff, but we just got chicken breast, and yeah, that didn't cut, that just tore. So no bones to remove, which is easy. And then chop into cubes. Again, depending on the size of your chicken, you may need to cut the pieces in half and then into cubes, but just do it into good sizes. I've actually got a lot of chicken here. This serves 4 people apparently. A note, I don't actually ever aim to make less or more of a recipe. I just do whatever it says in my book, and then someone will eat them in my family, mostly me, but someone will eat them. Tablespoon of chopped parsley, so chop the stem that you don't want to use off and chop away. Pass the parsley, as I say, underneath the knife. Add that to your parsley pile. 1 egg beaten. Get your, whatever you're going to beat your egg in. Where is the egg? Oh, I thought it dropped on the floor. There we go. Crack your egg into your glass. And if that's all mixed in, yeah, then I shall use this to beat the egg. That seems about beaten to me. So put that to one side for later. And now that we're done all the prep work, if you follow me over to the oven, we'll continue. Now if you heat your pan on the right hob, not the wrong one, and you want to put 2 tablespoons of oil in the frying pan. Now I've already got some leftover oil in there, so I'm not going to be using this in the end anyway. So you want to heat that over there. Oh, got to give that another click to switch the second ring on. There we go. Amazing, these cooker things, aren't they? Once that's heated up, you want to add the onions and the garlic. Might as well. You want to do this until they're soft, stirring occasionally. I'd say that's about soft now. So you want to add the mushrooms. There isn't mushroom for these, and fry that for 2 minutes. And now that's been going for 2 minutes, you want to take that off the heat and make sure to turn that down or off. You've got to stir in the flour. You want a tablespoon of this. Now why would you put this in a saucepan? I don't understand that. But there you go. And stir that in. See, that's just going to stick to the pan, isn't it? See, I'm new to this cooking thing. I don't know how this works. I don't know what happens when you cook flour. Honestly, I don't. It's all sticking together. I take it that's what you want. And add the stock whilst mixing. Yes, so that's going to pick up a lot of the flour. Stir until well mixed. Actually looks really nice. But you don't want it in the saucepan. But you do want to clear up that mess that you've made earlier before you put it back on the heat. And then, after that's done, you want to add it back to the heat. And we'll turn that back on. Just to 7. And what do you want to do now? Put it back on the heat and bring to the boil. Stirring until it's thick and smooth. How can something be thick and smooth? And that's starting to boil now. And the sauce is thickening up. I realised the flour is to thicken the sauce. That was what it was for. So then you want to add your cooked chicken and your parsley. Mix that in. Salt and pepper. Now remember, this pepper comes out quickly. There we go. Let's do another bit. Make it a bit peppery. Nothing wrong with a bit of pepper. And then once that's done, you want to put it in a 1.2 litre or 2 pint pie dish or a similar sized oven proof dish. So I shall do that now, hopefully without spilling it. Whoa, that's going to spill. Yep, that's spilling. So let's give this another go. There we go, that's much better. And then you want to switch your oven on and put it to about 200 degrees. And pop that to one side while that heats up. You then want to get your pastry, that's what it's called, and make it the same size as the top of the pie dish. So I'm going to chuck a tiny bit of flour on this. I learned this at school, this is something I do know how to do. Put that on the base so that you can actually get on with making this. Grab a rolling pin. Apparently you don't, the pastry's not supposed to be too thick. But oh well. I'm going to make it as thick as I like it. This board isn't big enough to roll the pastry. Oh shit. What happened in there? Sorry, we just had a bit of an emergency with the oven. It was smoking, but there was nothing in it, so I don't know why it was smoking. So, have your pastry all rolled out. Move it out of the way so you can put your pie dish there. Place it over the top of the pie and push it down around the pie. Cut that off. A lot of pastry left over. And then apparently you want to prick it with a fork. I don't know how many times, or whereabouts, or in what way, or anything. I don't know that, do I? That's why I'm pricking the prick out of this. Excuse the technical terms there. Then you want to egg wash with the egg that you made earlier. I think that makes it go golden brown. Hey, it's me. Sorry about that, my camera ran out of battery. Really should have charged that before I made it. Oh well. On first taste test, it is lovely. I put just the right amount of pepper in. And oh, it's amazing. It's not how I usually have pies, because my pies usually, or the pies that I eat, usually have a base. But this one didn't, it was just the top. And the top shrunk a bit. But it was alright, it was really good. And I did 3 little leaves that go on it as well. And I made some dough balls, which look like that, with the spare dough that I had. I think it's the wrong sort of dough really, because it's like pastry dough. But they're really nice. I've put some garlic mayonnaise on them, and so they're amazing. So I'll definitely be making this one again. If you want to make it, then the recipe is down below as always, along with all of my channels. And make sure to join me next week. Talk to you later.